Hi, this is T-Dogs from EPES, and today we're going to show you the new generation of pistons for sniper rifles. That means the MK2 version. We primarily have pistons in three versions: APS, VSR, and hybrid for the CM702. The piston is as long as the APS, but its diameter is larger, like the VSR version. For simplicity, we'll use the VSR version for demonstration, since it's the most widespread. The package includes a complete piston with the lightest weight setup, a spring guide, a set of heavier stainless steel weights, and a spare O-ring for cylinders with a larger diameter. What are the main parameters and features of EPES pistons for sniper rifles? Variable weight. I can freely combine lighter duralumin and heavier stainless steel weights as I wish. So, I have several options, and I can adjust the piston weight in small increments to achieve the ideal weight for a specific setup. Every individual weight in the set has its specific mass clearly engraved directly onto its surface, so it's easy to calculate the exact total weight you need without having to weigh each one individually. Another advantage is the interchangeable piston guide rings. We manufacture them in several diameters, in increments of 0.05 of a millimeter. This allows us to perfectly eliminate piston play in the cylinder while maintaining an exceptionally smooth piston movement. Eliminating piston play means removing resonance during firing, which contributes to a refined and quiet operation of the entire assembly. The base material of the piston is aerospace-grade duralumin 7075 with the well-known H+ PTFE surface treatment. It has a stainless steel piston catch screwed onto it, which is extremely durable. A major benefit, therefore, is that the inner diameter of the piston, where the spring is guided, features the aforementioned hard Elox surface treatment penetrated with Teflon. Teflon reduces friction, while hard Elox contributes to long-term durability. The piston will not wear out. The piston head is again made from aerospace-grade 7075 aluminum, but this time with standard anodizing, since the head does not come into contact with the cylinder, thanks to the precisely fitted sliding rings. The piston is fitted with two sliding rings made from POMC, an engineering plastic. This means perfect abrasion resistance, but also excellent slipperiness. As already mentioned, we manufacture them in several diameters. We have two types of weights. Their specific weight varies depending on the size of the piston, but generally speaking, the red ones are lighter and made of duralumin, while the silver ones are heavier and made of stainless steel. The shaft itself, the spring guide, is no less interesting because it is a hybrid. The base of the shaft is made from 7075 aircraft-grade duralumin, again with an H+ PTFE surface treatment, because the edge of the base comes into contact with the cylinder. Once again, the Teflon surface comes into play, which offers perfect smoothness as well as excellent abrasion resistance. A stainless steel shaft fitted with an axial bearing is screwed into the base. On it, there is a plastic POMC sleeve for precise guidance of the spring. Notice the perfect fit on the stainless steel shaft, where the sleeve slides on smoothly without any play. The advantage of the plastic sleeve is that the spring does not come into contact with metal, and at the same time the diameter is made precisely for 9mm springs. The sleeve thus absorbs the spring's resonance, which again contributes to the refined and quiet operation of the assembly. Furthermore, I'm able to partially tune the rifle's performance by removing part of the bearing. This increases the functional length of the spring, and it is compressed less. Now let's talk more about the interchangeable segments, guide rings, and weight rings. It's not simply a matter of the heavier the piston, the better. In this equation, besides the weight of the piston itself, the barrel length, cylinder volume, spring strength, and especially the weight of the BBs, as well as of course the hop-up setting, all play a role. By trial and error and by tuning individual parameters, we try to reach the so-called sweet point, where the projectile's energy is still increasing. This is where the so-called joule creep appears, which, simply put, is the difference in energy between a light and a heavy BB. At the same time, we achieve lower noise from the setup. If I want to change the weight of the piston, it's simple. I loosen and unscrew the piston head, and for example, instead of two 4-gram weights, I can replace them with two 11-gram weights. The weights can be combined in any way you like. Then I simply screw it back in, and don't forget to use liquid thread locker. And now I have a piston that is partially weighted. In exactly the same way, I can also change the sliding rings, which help reduce resonance in the cylinder. The first ring is seated on the piston head, the second is placed in front of the spring catch. Again, it can be easily replaced. Be careful, even though it might not seem like it, many cylinders are actually cone-shaped. This means that they have a slightly different diameter at the beginning and at the end of the cylinder. So, Please do not be afraid to experiment with having the front and the rear rings at different diameters, because that can also be very helpful for you.